On my wedding day, Ethan and his twin brother, Noah, appeared at the same time. They wore identical wedding suits and had the same hairstyle. Lily, can you tell which one is me? In my past life, I recognized Ethan at a glance. He smiled, took my hand, and walked onto the wedding stage, vowing to love me forever in front of our family and friends. After the wedding, he treated me like a queen, and I thought that was happiness. Until Chloe, Ethan's old classmate, died in a tsunami while on a cruise. He went crazy and pushed me from a tall building. If you had only picked the wrong twin on our wedding day, I could have traveled the world with Chloe, and she wouldn't have died. Lily, why did you have to recognize me that day? When I opened my eyes again, I was back before the wedding began. This time, I didn't hesitate. I threw myself into Noah's arms and whined playfully. How could I possibly not recognize you? Ethan secretly breathed a sigh of relief, but he didn't see Noah's arms tightening around me, or the ambition in his eyes. You guessed right. Noah's eyes darkened, and the hand on my waist tightened. Lily, the ceremony is about to start. Ethan urged. You two go ahead. I'll change out of this suit. With that, he shot Noah a triumphant look. I pretended to be oblivious and walked out of the dressing room, arm in arm with Noah. As we pushed open the door, we bumped right into Chloe. Her gaze slid past me and landed on Noah's face. After a few seconds of intense staring, a flicker of glee appeared in her eyes. Lily, congratulations to you and Ethan on your wedding. Her blessing was dripping with sarcasm. Chloe was mocking me for picking the wrong groom, but in my past life, she had run off in tears. Back then, Ethan explained that Chloe was emotionally unstable due to trouble at work. I believed him and didn't think much of it. It wasn't until Ethan pushed me from that tall building that I learned he and Chloe had made a bet. If I hadn't recognized him on our wedding day, he would pretend to be Noah and travel the world with Chloe for 3 months. This was to make up for the regret that they couldn't be together. After 3 months, he would switch back with Noah, pretending nothing had happened. This time, I decided to fulfill their wishes. I looked at the unmistakable triumph in Chloe's eyes and gave her a bright smile. I wish you all the best too. Before she could react, I pulled Noah toward the wedding stage. As the music started, the wedding ceremony officially began. On the large screen in the background, our names, Lily Evans and Ethan Robert, were displayed. But he and Chloe were sitting below the stage, cuddled together as if no one else was there. It was as if this wedding had nothing to do with him from beginning to end. The ceremony reached its final step when the officiant announced, "Now, please, for the groom and bride to embrace each other and feel each other's warmth." Leaning into Noah's embrace, I turned my head and glanced at the guests. Suddenly, I remembered how, in my past life, Ethan had secretly kissed my earlobe while embracing me, whispering, "Lily, I finally married you." But now, he was holding another woman below the stage. Catching my eye, Ethan subconsciously loosened his grip on Chloe's hand. But when he saw Noah next to me, he realized they had already swapped places, and he nervously rubbed his nose. Chloe looked at her hand, which had been pushed away, her eyes darkening. She suddenly stood up and shouted toward the stage, "Hugging is so boring. Why don't the groom and bride kiss?" As her voice faded, the guests present started to cheer them on. "Kiss, kiss. You're married. What are you shy about?" Ethan caught his breath, stood up, and pulled Chloe back to her seat, roaring at the cheering crowd. "They don't like public displays of affection. Stop messing around." A month ago, when reviewing the ceremony with the officiant, Ethan had specifically insisted on canceling the kissing part. Now it seemed he had already prepared for Noah to stand in for him. Thinking this, I reached out and grabbed Noah's tie. I stood on my tiptoes and kissed him. "Lily." Ethan furiously kicked his chair over and vaulted onto the stage. Under the astonished gazes of everyone, he pulled me away from Noah, shouting angrily, "Lily, are you crazy? How could you kiss him?" I blinked, looking innocent and wronged. How is it crazy for me to kiss my husband at my own wedding? And why are you so angry?